Previously on Steve's testimony.
How does that accident happen?
I was cycling and then I think I lifted my handlebars and somehow the wheel came off. Dislocated knees, bit of road in my
your eyes area.
Yeah, eye area. Definitely hit my head. After hitting my head, like I couldn't remember things. And then suddenly I'm like, what did I just study? I forgot. I totally forgot. And that semester was so crazy. Anything to do with memorization, my grades just went down. I knew about God like when I was younger. And this time I said I needed help. And the people that knew me were Christian people. And they came and visited me in the hospital, got to know me a bit more. And it was good. They prayed for me. And then I decided, hey, that's what's been missing in my life. I was like so focused on studying, so focused on getting through and doing things by myself. And then I heard about God and I got reconnected back to God, and what happened was like slowly but surely the healing came.
Now let's listen to his another amazing testimony. Trinity Legacy.
Then what happened again after that? Because you say you have another accident.
Yes. So fast forwarding, I eventually after one semester later, after I had the fall and my memory started to come back, I could remember a bit more. So I got through university, I graduated, yay! And I came back home and I was sitting in this car ride in Malaysia going 5-hour journey up north to Perak, and in that journey I didn't even come out of the car. I just sat in the car, sat still for 5 hours. Now don't ever do that, please.
5 hours, noted. Maybe 4.5 hours.
Yeah. Get out and stretch. Because when I got up, then I felt there was something was wrong. There was like a bit of a pain at the back, my back area, near my belt at the back. And then next few days, I thought it was okay. I just kept resting. And then suddenly one day I woke up, and then I got out of the bed, and then I couldn't like walk. It was like very painful, and then all I could do was take tiny steps, like an inch, just inch myself to the toilet, and that it just took minutes to get to the toilet actually. And then so told my parents, and then they took me. It was very painful. I went to the hospital and they took x-ray and everything, and then they said I have a prolapsed disc. Not a slip disc, a prolapsed disc.
What's that?
If you imagine your disc being like your back is made of many little donuts stacked one on another, and because I sat for like 5 hours plus without moving, and somehow one of the discs had been pressed and it went out of shape, and it's like touching nerves around there. And because of that, sometimes when I walk, what will happen is like it would touch the nerves, and suddenly I'll have like huge shooting pains down this leg or this leg, and it was terrible. I couldn't. Immediately I went to like I was in hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
2 whole weeks just lying down there and asking, is this the end of my career? I couldn't sit up because of all the pain, and getting in and out of cars was like very painful. And that was, I thought it was the end of my career. Who would want to employ somebody who was like, or keep employing somebody who's like, has to sit in his bed the whole day. I was, but thank God I got into a company just before the accident 1 week ago, and that company paid for all the medical bills. I'm like,
Wow.
cool, the right place. Definitely God was working. Yes.
Okay. Then how did you heal yourself from that?
It was, well, the company allowed me to work from home while I was healing, and they said, oh, it's okay, because I was a computer programmer back then, and so they just said, like, do your work at home. And yeah, I worked at home, and that was a very trying time where I'm like, what else can I do? And I just cried out to God. I'm like, God, you brought me back to Malaysia. Here I am. I wanna work. I want to earn some money. I wanna get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met with your wife already at the time?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
And it was a time where, I mean, thinking back of the first time when I had the accident in US, it was such a hopeless situation. Thinking back now, it's kind of a hopeless situation. Like, am I going to be bedridden for the rest of my life? Will I ever sit up again and do things, normal things that other people can do? Or am I going to be locked up sleeping on my bed all the time? Yeah, so I cried out to God, and although it was very painful, and it was like, the moment I wake up, I needed to pray to God. I said, God, help me. Help me to get through today. It's only by your grace, only by your mercy. And the pain will come on and off. Whenever I get up, like go downstairs, eat or something, or sit in a car, and then suddenly there'll be sharp pain. And then I just cry out to God, God, heal me. Take the pain away. And He answers,
Wow, okay.
He answers. So I'm like, so cool.
All right.
Yeah. So eventually, I think I was bedridden about 1 month bedridden, and then I started to like sit up a bit more, painful as well, but still prayer helps. And within a few months, I started coming back into the office. I could sit up again.
Nice.
My doctor was so happy. He said, like, you don't need to come back anymore. You just do whatever you're doing.
Wow.
Don't come back.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that like a miracle? Because is that like scientifically proven, or like the doctor were amazed, like, wow?
I think he was amazed, but professionally he can't say, like, he's got no real explanation.
No.
Yeah, because he said that, it'll probably take you the next few years to heal before you can like do something like the rest of the people. So meanwhile, don't lift heavy weights, don't jump around, don't carry heavy things. If somebody were to like, have his car break down, don't be one of those heroes that go and push the car, even though you might like it so much, like to help, this kind of things. And then I thought, oh, there goes my life, man. I mean, and anyway, from what he was saying, I thought my life was over.
Yeah.
Essentially, for the next few years, but prayer helps. I got into a church group, and there were people praying for me again. And within a few months, I could sit up for more than 8 hours. Go to office, come back. To me, it's a miracle. It took some time for that miracle to happen, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but like doctors say it take years, but you
Yes.
didn't take years to recover.
Yeah.
Wow. That was so good, Steve. So wanna ask, have you ever blamed God about what happened, about all these accidents that happened in your life?
Yes. I'm human.
Okay.
I did go, why God? Why God? And but there's no real answer. Why God? To that question. To
Okay.
me, I just take it as it comes.
So you get hopeless, but somehow you manage to rise up
Yeah.
because of prayer.
Prayer, the people around me, the Christian people around me. Yeah.
Beautiful. So now you can walk, you can run.
Oh yes. I can run again. I can walk again. Just to tell you, like within 1 year, I was still going to church on and off, and then they asked me to like, yeah, you can play bass. Sure, go ahead and play bass. And I was playing guitar, but then they told me to like we needed bass player, so I learned bass. Now the thing, if you know about bass, that instrument is so heavy. Yeah. And then I took a look at them like, is this a sign, God? Are you testing me? Am I being tested? And so I started playing bass. Now, the thing is that it's a testimony of His healing, because the bass being so heavy, and I was up there on stage playing bass, and we don't get to sit down, you know.
Yeah.
We hold the bass like even when the in between the hour, we had hour-long worship, 1 hour, 1.5 hours kind of worship, and just playing. And that was, to me, I'm thinking, God, you really healed me so that I can like, that I'm healed, that I can praise you, I can play music for you, and
Wow.
it's so good.
Wow. Come on.
so
Jehovah Jireh, Jehovah Rapha, sorry.
Yeah, Jehovah Rapha.
That was
That's
so
true.
good. So, do you have any advice to the viewers who's actually probably end up in accident and then or were sick because of the coronavirus or what, and then they were actually hopeless? So, do you have any advice to them?
My advice to them would be, no matter how hard you think that situation is, if you have belief in God, and if you know God, there's somehow He will pull you through. Just call out to Him. Our God is graceful.
Yeah.
He's full of grace. He's full of mercy. And there are things that you may not think that He's capable of. Maybe you don't trust Him. Maybe you don't know Him enough yet. But trust Him. God He can heal. He can do miracles. Just trust Him. Trust Him. And oh yeah, one thing that happened like just last year. This is like fast forwarding from that time when I was 18. So when I was, this God's healing, right? When I was 40 years old, I decided, hey, I'm gonna run a half marathon.
What?
Yeah. Think about it. Two dislocated knees, back problem.
Yeah.
Run a marathon. So I started training for it. It didn't hurt, no. Honestly. And of course, they even make you sign a disclaimer, like, you know, what conditions you have. So I put it in there. I guess they didn't check lah.
Okay.
So at 40, I ran 27 km. And that really, to me, like, you know what? God is so real that He can heal.
Come on.
Yeah. And
Come
then fast forward like, was it 10, 11 years later, like last year, and then I just decided I'm going to take up running again. Can I do it 10 years later, getting old, right? And then started training again, and this time I ran 21 kilometers non-stop again. No pain, no back pain. It's like smooth.
Come on, Steve.
This is God. God can sustain you.
Wow.
Just pray to Him, and I believe God answers prayer.
Amen.
It took that long.
Wow.
But God answers prayer.
Wow. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again. Bye.
What is this instant healing? What is instant healing?
Okay, this instant healing, right? So Jackie was going to get her, in fact, this very pair of glasses. So she went to the optician, and I was helping her like check. Oh, Jackie, can you see that tree far away? Can you see this picture?
Yeah.
Can you read this? And she's like, yes, no, yes, no. What happened was like suddenly I was standing by the window and I was looking up at the street,
Oh.
and suddenly I kind of heard this. I heard the voice, impression. Pray for your eyes. And that time I was wearing glasses, yeah.
Okay.
And then so what happened? I'm like, oh, okay. So I just put my two hands on my temple here, and I said, God, please heal my eyes in Jesus' name. And it's as simple as that. Then when I blinked, right, everything like kind of looked sharper. Like, wait, this is cool. So I pulled down my glasses a bit, and looking across the street at the there were cars that were parked there. I'm like, hey, I can kind of see those the number plate. Right. Remember, back then my eyes were like 525, 550 eyesight. And I saw it and I'm like, oh God, this is so good. So, and then like I blinked once, it got sharper. I blinked second time, and I'm like, third time blink, I could read it already, just across the road. Number plates.
Whoa.
I'm like, this is way cool. So, and then I'm like, okay. So I put back up my glasses. I'm like, I'm too dizzy. It's like everything's too sharp. Then, okay, I'll just take off my glasses. At that time, I was like, hey, without my glasses, I could read, like, wait, even when they're like this far away. And I'm like, oh dang, a miracle.
So when we left the shop, right, we said, I'm not wearing my glasses to drive. And I was so scared, I said, are you sure you won't hit anybody or hit any car? And he really didn't wear his glasses to drive. He was praying all the way.
Yeah. So that
So
was
are you wearing glasses now?
No. Since that day, no.
Since that day.
It was like 1.5 years ago.
It's getting progressively. Honestly, the instant healing part was like to be able to read something that's like one arm's length, like receipts and stuff. Receipts, this tiny font.
And also, of course, the driving.
Imagine.
That's the danger. Until Jackie would be like, oh my God, Jesus,
Yeah.
please help us, Jesus.
Please send your angels to protect the
Send
child.
your- Wow.
Yeah. Then honestly, it just kept getting sharper and sharper the next few days. Honestly, I myself was like,
It's just
Blown away,
okay, it's getting sharper. I can see better. By the time 1 week was over, I could see better. Even at night, like it used to be things like if there was like tail lights, then we would have this big halo around it, and it's like blur. But then within like 1-2 weeks, it got even sharper, and now
Come on.
there's no halo at night.
Come on.
Yeah.
Instant healing.